Hey everybody, it is Live with Kristy Wednesday, Wicked Wednesday, Werewolf Wednesday, remember, whatever you want to say, what kind of Wednesday it is. But it is Live with Kristy Day. Thank you very much for coming in. I really appreciate y'all being here. I have a lot to talk about today. We are going to talk about the Meg 2, which is what we covered for the Nightmare podcast, which will air here on the YouTube or wherever you podcast on Friday. So you can hear me and Brian talk about the Meg 2. I have, 4 other movies I'm going to talk about real quick. And I've got some products, some new products, and a couple special events I want to talk about. So, tons to talk about. Who is he? Hey, Noah. How are you, Noah? Hello, Michael, Jeff, Richie, Dean, hello, Jose, Zombie Momsen, hello, KB Loves Movies, hello, Happy Hump Day, hello, Fred's Corner. Oh, it's all good. I'm glad you made it today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, Jeff. Magnodon. Nightmare Groupie. Hey. Hey, Ryan. How are you, Ryan? So we're doing something a little different today on Live with Kristy. So we are streaming not only on YouTube, we are also streaming on Facebook and Twitter. Right? Yes. Facebook and Twitter. So we are going to try to figure out how to start streaming on TikTok and Instagram as well later on. But for today, you can see me here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So how fun is that? Hello, Turtle. How are you? Destination Horror, how are you doing? I really hope everybody is having a great day. All right, so let's get started. So let's talk about the Meg 2. I will try not to say any spoilers too much, but if you watch our podcast, there will be spoilers. But I don't know. I don't think the spoilers will really ruin anything, though, for you. I mean, it's a shark movie that's just wreaking havoc. I mean, it's a fun action thriller. I don't know if you want to call it horror. I would say action thriller a little bit more than horror. Maybe it was an R rating and had some more grotesque moments in it, like Brian was saying that the books have. Maybe, yeah. Maybe, I might like it just a little bit better, but they're tons of fun. They're PG-13 and fun for everybody, fun for all ages. So if you've seen the first one, hopefully by now, which came out in 2018. I just recently watched it not too long ago, and I really, really loved it. I just had a lot of fun with it. I also like Jason Statham. I like most movies that he does. And then the first one had a lot of little nods to Jaws in it too, so that was fun to watch. This one kind of takes place, like a couple years later. The little girl that was in the first one, she's now kind of grown up. She's 14, I think is what they said. But her mom has now passed away. They don't really say how, but I'm just assuming maybe a Meg got her. I don't know. But some of the other characters are back. And now they have this whole espionage thing going on. There's people within their little community that are actually trying to take over. So there's some bad guys in this one trying to kill them in the trench. They go all the way down in the water in that trench, and then they're having to deal with all of that, what's going on, and then somebody's also trying to kill them down there as well. Like, it's very anxiety inducing for myself because I'm not one to like water too much. So a lot of the middle part of the movie when they're in the trench, like I'm having like anxiety. I'm like, please just go back up. I hope they can get out of this water and get back up to the surface so they can breathe. And when they finally do, it was like a moment of relief for my own self and my own anxiety. I was like, okay. I don't really have any complaints about the movie except for it was a little long. It's about 2 hours. It might be a little too long for this type of movie, but okay, fine, whatever. There's action going on throughout it. So it keeps your interest. Yeah, and the CGI was great. They also, okay, little small spoiler, they do introduce an octopus. I think there was a poster out somewhere where they showed the octopus, so you might already know about this, but there was an octopus type thing at the end of the movie. So you've got that going on. You've got the Meg going on. It's a lot of sea creatures going on. But it's really cool. It's tons of fun. I highly suggest it. Do not take the movie seriously. Don't go into the movie thinking it's going to be some 5-star movie and come out of the movie and just shitting on it, because it's a shark movie where they're just killing people. It's not supposed to be serious whatsoever. So don't take it too seriously. Just have fun with it. What are y'all saying? Hello, Cody. Did a drowning kill scene? I know, and I did a drowning kill scene. Yes, sir. So my kill in Valentine's Bluff was supposed to be something different. And we changed it, or they changed it, kind of like the day of that we were filming for myself, just because of the house that we were using and stuff for my scenes. They just had other ideas. So they decided to do the whole drowning in the bathtub thing, which ended up working out very well. I think a lot of people ended up liking that. A lot of people like that it's a little nod to H2. Which I love H2. Everybody liked my glasses floating at the bottom of the bathtub. But yeah, they said, okay, so we're going to, it's going to be a drowning scene in the bathtub and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're just looking at me. I'm like, yeah, I don't like water, but it's all good. I will do whatever I've got to do for the movie. I do not care. I'm not going to whine and cry about it. I'm just going to do it. And we did it. And it turned out great. So yeah, the minor drowned me. Kraken. Yeah, Brian said it was a kraken too on the podcast. But I just wanted to call it an octopus. But yeah, it's a kraken. Okay. Yeah, it all started when I said I like pizza. Damn. Elsa's feed's right now a little blurry, or is your feed crystal clear? My feed is crystal clear. Is your feed blurry, Dean? Hello, Elaine. How are you? I'm sorry. Let me get back through these messages. Hello, Patty. How are you? Thank you for coming in, everybody. I really appreciate y'all coming in. Yes, he did John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars. Is that why Phil did a live yesterday? Oh, it might be. They might have been checking the... Yeah, we were trying to check everything. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why Phil did a live yesterday. They're just trying to check everything. Yeah, we wanted to just get streaming on everything is what we wanted to do. So, hope it's working out. All right. I went through all the messages. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I really appreciate it. Oh, you live in Alabama. Hey, how are you? I'm actually coming back to Alabama. We're leaving Saturday. So I should be there Monday and Tuesday, actually. So, can't wait to see Noah. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I'm sorry you were sick, Elaine. I hope you're feeling better. All right, so let's get to some other movies. So I don't know, this week it was kind of hard for me to find movies that sounded interesting and stuff that was kind of new too. But then I noticed, I think it was like yesterday. Yeah, yesterday when I was on Tubi, I noticed a whole bunch of new movies that were put on there. So I'm going to have to go back and watch some of those. There was a movie called Happy Birthday on there that said it was from this year's, a new release that sounded pretty interesting on Tubi. I'll have to go back and watch that though. But I did find some movies to watch and review for y'all though. So let's talk about a movie called Human Resources. It is on Tubi. I believe it was kind of made in 2021, but it was released earlier this year. It's about an hour and 48 minutes long. So this particular movie, before I even start the review, was okay. It wasn't too bad. I feel like some people might really like it. But when I read the premise of it, it was just basically sounding like, a guy is getting a job at a hardware store and like all kinds of crazy, scary things are about to happen in this hardware store. So that's kind of how I read the synopsis of it. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds interesting. What kind of scary stuff can go on in a hardware store, So, I was like, well, let's watch this. So, it starts off with what I say a socially awkward guy. His name is Sam. He's very socially awkward. You can tell he's a very shy guy. So he gets a job at Brooks Hardware Store. And it's kind of, for a little while in the movie, just kind of the build-up of the characters at the hardware store and of the hardware store itself and all that, and of Sam. But, like, he's, like, so excited to have this job. It's almost like he's never had a job before or something, but he's so super excited and so stoked to have this job. He becomes friends with another employee, and her name is Sarah. And so, he's working the job, and then all of a sudden strange things start happening. He's noticing like a pool of like black blood on the ground, on the floor all of a sudden, then all of a sudden it's not there. The manager is starting to act a little weird. Like the owner and the manager of the hardware place are starting to act kind of strange and just kind of weird. And just like little tiny strange things are happening for Sam and Sarah to be like, what's going on here, in the hardware store? What's happening here? Something strange is happening. So they kind of do some snooping around and they go into files, and they know that there have been other past employees that have died, like strangely, or you just never hear about, or they maybe like disappeared and you just never hear about the ex-employees anymore. And so they're looking at the files, and now they can't find the files on these employees, and they're like, what's happening? And then they find a notebook of an ex-employee that kind of starts explaining what's kind of happening in the hardware store. And it's kind of like a warning type thing to anybody who's reading this notebook. So-and-so, is doing like I can't remember the manager's guy's name is, but the manager is in on it. That's like written on a page. So they're like, okay, what is he in on? What's happening? They don't really get to that point until about the middle of the movie. And then you get to the end. I won't say any spoilers for this, but then you get to the end and actually kind of find out what's happening. And then you're just kind of like, oh, that's it? Okay. Like, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting a lot more to be happening in this hardware store, and there just wasn't a lot happening. Like, it almost lost my interest. Almost. Up until they did find that notebook, and then kind of, seen the warning of kind of what was going on. So then I was like, okay, I just want to know what's going on. But yeah, what was actually going on wasn't that impressive. But I guess the meaning of the movie is just being a person that is stuck in a human resource job or like a retail job your whole life, and kind of like how do I explain it? I guess just being someone that's just stuck in a retail job their whole life, and then what you become. Yeah. And that's what they're depicting at the end of the movie. So I guess that's just what they're saying throughout the whole movie. This is how it is if you're stuck in a retail human resource job. I'm like, geez, watching this movie makes you not want to go into retail. It's like, okay. But I did feel like they needed to explain a little bit more, and I feel like more scary stuff and more things could have been happening throughout this movie. So I think they kind of missed the mark a little bit with this movie. I feel like they could have just done a lot more stuff with it that they didn't do. And then, like I said, the ending, I was just like, oh, okay. But I don't know. You may love the movie. So go watch Human Resources on Tubi. It wasn't too bad. Okay, so that's what I was thinking, that it was going to be something like Intruder, but it's not. It's nothing like Intruder. It's not a slasher or anything like that. I was thinking that too, but yeah, no. Hey, horror couple. Hey, gory bits. How are y'all? Hello, Shannon. How are you? Some people are saying their feed is blurry. It's not blurry on our end, but some people are saying their feed's blurry. I wonder what that's about. Hello, Aaron. And yes, rest in peace, William Friedkin. Sad week for that to happen.
Which platform are they on?
Let's see. YouTube?
YouTube looks fine to me.
Because that's not Facebook. That's not Twitter. Looks like they're on YouTube. Are y'all on YouTube that are having some blurry problems? Hello, Sin66 the Pug. Hello. I love y'all's usernames. Hello. Oh, I can't wait for the Halloween party too. I'm gonna talk about that here shortly too. Now we can actually talk about that, but we'll talk about that shortly. Yes, YouTube, they said. I don't know. I'm not sure how to fix that, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, so another movie I also watched, which was on Tubi. I tried not to watch so many movies that are only on Tubi. I'm trying to watch movies that are on other platforms, but I'm just not finding anything. I found some stuff yesterday though, so. So the next movie I watched, another movie on Tubi, like I said, it's more of a mystery thriller. It's called The Folks. It just came out last year, this year. So it's fairly new. It is about a woman whose husband dies tragically. Who dies tragically, kind of like an accident type death. He was using a table saw, and a piece of the table saw like broke off and flies and goes right into his neck. And so that's the beginning of the movie, showing all of that. So then the mom and the brother of her deceased husband are now coming to help her out. She also has a son as well. So now they're coming to help her out and help her with her son and just, and do whatever. But now these people are acting a little strange. And she's kind of, in a way, not believing on who they are. And she's starting to have delusions. And a lot of little crazy things are happening around her. And she's fearful for her and her son. And she finds some pictures. And it's not the couple that came to claim that they are the brother and mother of her ex-husband. So now they're not who they are. So that's scary in its own. A kind of a little bit like, like The Visit, M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit, to where they think it's their grandparents, but they come to find out it's not really their grandparents. It's just some mental people. Well, same thing here. Not them. I guess that's a spoiler. Sorry. But she's thinking that they're wanting to kill her husband, or not her husband, her son. So she's trying to protect him. And then the movie takes a twist, kind of like a little twist in a way. And you're thinking that the movie is going in some weird direction with this couple, this mental couple that's not the relatives. And then all of a sudden you see her kill them. And it's like, so she's freaking out. She's now in jail, and she's thoroughly believed that she has killed them, and all this stuff is happening while her friend, she finds out, her best friend, has now kidnapped her son and wants to use him for a ritual so she can reincarnate her dead husband. Did y'all get that? This movie is a little strange. It's also another movie that I thought was going to go in one direction, and it went in a whole other direction, and I was just like, oh, So, another movie that I thought was just kind of okay. Yeah, it turned into a whole, like, all of a sudden her best friend didn't know that her best friend was off her rocker, and she kidnaps her son so she can do a ritual on her son. He's like a sacrifice so she can reincarnate her dead husband. That's what the movie turned into. And I was just like, what in the hell? Not what I was expecting either. So, and that's really all I can say about it, to be honest with you. It was okay. I think both movies, the human resource movies and the folks, were like just a 5 out of 10 for me. Just straight mediocre movie. Not that I completely hated them, but they weren't all that great, and they weren't exactly what I was thinking either. And I was disappointed with the folks because I had been looking at that and kind of reading about it for like a couple weeks and just kind of kept putting it off. And I was like, no, I'm going to watch this movie. And then I was just like, I wasn't like too impressed with it. So maybe you might be impressed with it. I don't know. But go try it. Hello, how are you, Jared? Yeah, it's a little similar to Blood Diner, but trust me, Blood Diner's a lot better though. You stick with horror films from the 70s to 90s. Yeah, me too, honestly. I try to most of the time too. But I try to watch all these new movies. There's a lot of new movies I just don't care for though. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what's going on lately. I just need a good slasher film to come out. I just want a straightforward, regular old slasher film. Not a remake of anything, not a continuation of anything, just something new. That's what I want. But, okay. We keep getting these complex movies, which puts me into the next movie that I watched. It's very complex, in my opinion. And it was actually pretty good. It's called A Spoonful of Sugar, and that one's on Shudder. I believe it's a Shudder exclusive. It's also at Walmart. You can buy the Blu-ray or DVD at Walmart. I had seen it at Walmart the other day, and I was like, oh, what's that movie from Shudder? And so I just decided to watch it. And it was decent. It's a brand new movie that just got put on there. It's about an hour and 34 minutes long, but it is very complex. There's a lot to the movie. It is a little bit true to the synopsis of the film when you read about it on IMDb. It is somewhat true to that, but there's more to it. There's a lot of sexual stuff in this movie, for sure. The main character, her name is Millicent. Let me get to it on my IMDb really, really quick. This one I actually recommend. I really want y'all to go watch this one on Shudder. It's a little strange, like I said. It's pretty complex, but it's interesting. It kept me, wanting to know what the heck's going to happen next. I thought it was pretty decent. So there's Millicent. I think that's saying her name right. Anyway, so she is a young girl who is getting a job being a babysitter for a couple that has a son that has just a ton of allergies and some mental issues as well. Allergies meaning like he's just allergic to everything. Like he wears an astronaut type costume outside because he doesn't, the sun is an allergy. He's allergic to tons of foods and just tons of stuff. There's just a lot going on with this child. So she claims to be like some expert, and she gets a babysitting job for this couple and for this son. And she is not the only babysitter that they have had either. Well, come to find out, as you're learning about her, so you learn her story, you also have the story of the mom and dad, because they are also a little crazy and insane as well. And then you have the story of the kid. And then you have the whole story of her being their babysitter and dealing with the kid and dealing with the family. So it's a lot going on, a lot of backstory, and a lot of complexity. So she has a lot of mental issues, tons of mental issues, and she likes to take LSD. So throughout the entire movie, she is also taking LSD. So there's some little trippy moments and delusional moments that are also happening with some CGI within the movie as well. So you get that kind of strange stuff. And she's also, how do I say this nicely? She's also, I guess she's a virgin, but she's like sexually oppressed, and she can be near a guy and have extreme sexual thoughts, and they play out some of this stuff within the movie, some of her thoughts. And then the husband, the father of the couple, of the son, excuse me, he has his own problems with having sex with all of the babysitters. So you've got that going on. So then they get together. That gets a little crazy as she's digging up a bunny rabbit. The child likes to kill rabbits and other animals and buries them. And she's encouraging him to dig them up and cut their feet off. So if you're an animal lover, there's some animal stuff in here you might not like, because she's cutting off rabbits' feet and some other stuff going on with animals. And then the mom has her own mental issues. She cuts herself. She's kind of neurotic and controlling. So everybody in this movie has extreme mental issues. And everybody has like different mental issues. There's a lot going on. And then, well, I don't want to say the end, but towards the end, you find out where all the babysitters have gone. Let's just say the husband has a sexual problem, and then the son has witnessed some of these instances and does not like them, and will do away with the babysitter, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. So there's a lot going on in this movie. A lot of mental issues. A lot of LSD taking, because she also gives the LSD to the kid. So there's like little delusional moments going on throughout the movie. Like she is talking to her psychiatrist, and she's having a delusional moment from her LSD, and she like sees his finger like break off his hand, and like the finger's crawling towards her, and then it's going up her leg. All CGI, of course. So that was kind of funny and strange. But yeah, there is, some really heavy moments in this movie. So it might not be for everybody, just saying. So a lot of drugs, sex, animal killing, blood, mental issues. Yeah. Spoonful of sugar. They're talking about LSD. But it's pretty interesting, though. It's different. I did like the movie, and I did like it a whole lot better than the other two I was talking about earlier. So that's on Shudder. Go try that one. It's also at Walmart. You can buy it as well at Walmart. So what y'all saying? Let's see. Let me read. Movie called Subject, which will be on Screenbox later this. Oh, was it good? I did see a couple things on Screenbox last night that were interesting that I didn't know were on there that I want to watch. I can't remember what the heck it was now. I feel like there was some documentary or something on there I wanted to watch. I can't remember what it was. Should have starred in it. Hello. I love y'all so much. Should have been in it too. Yeah. I like 10 to Midnight, Charles Bronson. Yes, actually that is a pretty damn good movie. Somebody else had mentioned 10 to Midnight to me a long time ago, and I watched it just on a whim one day, and that was pretty dang good. So, no, it's not horror, but, a lot of action and stuff going on in that movie, though. And Charles Bronson, you can't go wrong, right? Have I seen the 2022 version of Slumber Party Massacre? Yes, and I hated it. Sorry. You said you thought it was pretty good. I thought it was awful. I'm so sorry. I thought it was so awful. I did not like it. I will never watch it again. Christmas Bloody Christmas is pretty good, though. Yes, that one was pretty good. I like my Christmas horror movies. I like my holiday horror. But I did not like Slumber Party Massacre, the new one. They just, no. Didn't do it for me. But I'm a huge Slumber Party Massacre fan. Like, I love 1, 2, and 3. I love all three of them, so. No nudity. What has no nudity? A naked killer. No nudity. Oh, I liked Evil Dead Rise. I thought it was pretty good. Watch Clown House soon. Yes, Clown House. Gotta watch that one. So, yes, Spoonful of Sugar is a wild ride. It's pretty interesting. It gets pretty heavy at moments. So, go watch that on Shudder, y'all. Oh, the new Slumber Party. Yeah, there's no nudity. But I mean, I don't have to have nudity in it. It just, to me, it seemed like just a teenage girl movie. I don't know. Slow down, but still enjoyable. Oh, I'll have to watch that. Okay, that sounds interesting. You won't be watching again. You thought it was horrible, too much blood and see, I like a lot of blood. I'm all for the gore and the blood. Bring it on. Okay, one more movie I'm going to talk about really, really, really quick, and then we're going to get to the products. So another movie that I really enjoyed, actually, I have the Blu-ray, and I got it from my horror pack. It's a monthly subscription, Blu-ray subscription that I get every month. It's an older movie, so there will be spoilers on this one. It's from like 2015, 2016. It's called Emily. And Emily spelled Emelie. I do suggest this movie. It was pretty good. I really liked it. I hadn't seen it before, and when I got it in the horror pack, I know I posted it, and I know a lot of people have talked about the movie and said that they liked it and everything. So just, the other day I was like, I cannot find anything to watch, so I just grabbed that off my stack of movies that I need to watch, and I really enjoyed it. If you want to watch it, it is on Tubi and Peacock. It's on both Tubi and Peacock. So Emily kind of reminded me just a little bit of Orphan. She is not an adult. She's not an adult trying to be a kid or anything like that. But just, not being who she is, kind of a thing. It just kind of reminded me of that a little bit. So Emily is a new babysitter for this couple. They have a couple kids, or have 3 kids, I should say. And their original babysitter just couldn't make it. So the babysitter says, oh, why don't you try my friend so-and-so? You can have her and she can babysit for you and she's good and blah, blah, blah. So they get this babysitter who they think is their babysitter's friend. And all of a sudden the babysitter's like doing some really strange things with the kids. Like there's like a little boy that's like 4 or 5. There's a girl that's like maybe, I don't know, 9 or 10 or something like that. And then there's another boy that's probably like 12 or 13. And she just starts kind of acting a little strange with them. Like doing very inappropriate things with them. So this movie, I believe, can get just a little bit heavy. It kind of touches on some stuff that is a little bit disturbing, because they are kids and she's supposed to be an adult. So one example is she's going to the bathroom and she has the older son, the older kid, come into the bathroom while she's going to the bathroom and asks him to grab her a tampon and asks him to open it and give it to her. And she uses it in front of him, flushes the toilet and walks out like nothing happened. So that was the first like, oh my God moment. And then the kid's like, what just happened? And he's freaking out, So there's weird moments like that going on in this movie. Another time she is showing the kids a sex tape of their parents and making them watch it. A lot of inappropriate things she's doing with these kids. And so, of course, the older son is like figuring this out, like, I don't think, like, she's not a good person. This is not right. She shouldn't be doing this. She shouldn't be doing that. The one son has a snake and they're going to feed the snake, little mouse like usual. And she takes the girl's gerbil, or hamster, I guess, and takes the girl's hamster and actually feeds it to the snake and makes her watch that happen. So that's a disturbing moment. Just a lot of little disturbing things throughout there. And then come to find out, obviously, she's not who she says she is. She is not the babysitter's friend whatsoever. And so they reveal that and some more crazy things happen. And so I want you to go watch Emily though. I thought that was really good. I thought it was pretty good. Yes, the moments with the kids, some things in there get to be a little much. I'm just a mom, so that's just me like, oh my God, kind of freaking out. But that's just showing how mental this person is though. What it is though is that she had lost her baby. She had fell asleep with her baby and accidentally suffocated her baby. And so she lost her baby and she just went mental and crazy after that, and just wanting another kid or just wanting something to love her, She meets this guy, and this guy is kind of helping her get another kid. Like she wants to steal somebody's kid, kind of a thing. So that's what you end up finding out. The guy that's helping her is like watching the parents because they went out to eat for a date night. So he's watching them while she's like doing all this crazy shit with the kids. But she really wants is the little boy, the youngest child. That's what she really wants. She doesn't care about the other two. She actually wants to get rid of the other two. She wants to steal the little boy. She does try to do that. And then, like I said, everybody ends up finding out what's happening. And then and then you have a happy ending. But it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. So that's on Tubi and Peacock. If y'all want to go check that out. It's an interesting little story. Yeah, I'm not big on animal torture either. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and say that that is in the movie. And if you don't want to see that part, you can walk away or just not watch the movie maybe or something. But yeah. I don't like snakes either. Yeah, that's a good scenario. So Nicholas says it sounds like either Hand That Rocks the Cradle and Daddy's Girl along with Orphan. Yes. Perfect. That's, yes, all of the above. Wrapped up into one. Lost brother. Long lost brother or sister or Sam. Oh, who knows what's going to happen in Scream 7, y'all. I'm excited for Scream 7. I like the Scream movies. They are what they are. I like all of them. At least they're all consistent. Children of the Corn remake was trash. I totally agree with you, Jeff. Sharkploitation. That was good. Yes. I talked about that. I think it was either last week or the week before I talked about that documentary. It's very good. And that's on Shudder. Hello, Mike. How are you? You were not a big fan of Evil Dead Rises? I thought it was alright. I didn't think there was nothing wrong with it. Let's see. Alright. Sorry, I'm just reading everybody's stuff. I like snakes. Snakes don't bother me too much. I like snakes. I remember my uncle, he had a subscription to Lifetime magazine, but he had these really nice books. It was like a whole collection of books from Life magazine, and it was on like different animals and stuff, and he had one that was all snakes. It's just snakes. And I remember going in his room and grabbing that book every time we went over to his house, and I just always had to look at that book. I was always just fascinated with snakes. And there was a banana snake. And that's what they called a banana snake. It looks just like a banana. And that was always my favorite. I couldn't wait to go look at the banana snake. The third act of Evil Dead Rise. Okay, I can agree with that. I get it. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. So that is all the movies I have watched. So The Meg 2, which is at the movie theater right now. Human Resources, which is on Tubi. The Folks, which is on Tubi. Emily, which is also on Tubi or Peacock. And Spoonful of Sugar, which is on Shudder. Out of those movies, I highly suggest The Meg 2, Emily, and Spoonful of Sugar. So that's just me. Okay, guys. Let's talk about some products we have now. And if you're wondering about the books, these are Brian's books. And yes, The Meg was actually books first before it was movies. That was something I didn't know until recent. So that's really cool. But he has all these books. So we just got in. We're getting ready for Halloween and Christmas now. So we just finally got back in a whole bunch of horror ornaments. We have a whole bunch that are restocks that we've had before, and we have a whole bunch that are new. And here's a couple new ones that we have, but we have some others. So obviously these are licensed Halloween ornaments, and there are Michael Myers as well. There's a couple Michael Myers ones too. But these are the new ones. So you get the pumpkin and you get the Bob the Ghost. These are so cool, and I love that they are licensed. And then this is just a vintage little cat. We also have a vintage pumpkin as well. But there's about, I don't know, maybe about 30 or so different ones that we have right now. And they're perfect for Halloween and Christmas trees. I do a Halloween and Christmas tree. I put my Halloween tree up usually around my birthday, which is September 20th. That's when I kind of start decorating for Halloween, and my tree stays up all the whole rest of the year. I just do a black tree, and it's good for Halloween and Christmas. So we might be doing a video later on that. I'm going to order a new tree, and we might be doing a video for Nightmare Toys on how to do a Halloween tree. But I'm very excited about the ornaments. I'm glad to have them back in. We haven't had them in stock for a while now, but it's just that time of the year again to get them back in stock. So please go check out. I'm sure you can just search ornaments on the website, but they are also available in store too. All of the ornaments run from about $11.99 to $24.99, just depending on the ornament. These are a little bit bigger than some of the other ones, so these are about $24.99. This one's $10. Let's see. Oh, this one's $10.99, so that's a little bit cheaper than $11.99. So there you go. That one's $10.99. So, oh, and then I drop it. Great. I'm gonna walk that. Funny. I just watched myself drop it. Anyway, so since we have tea from Get to Steeping, we love them. We now have coffee from Dead Sled Coffee. We have tons of different coffees in. So here is your Robert England coffee. It's a stay awake blend called What a Rush. And here's your Friday the 13th blend. It's called Machete Brew. And then on the side of the packaging, it'll tell you like the coffee, like it has Italian, French, full city, high, medium, cinnamon, and light. So it kind of tells you what type of coffee it is on the side of the bag too. So this one is an Italian, this one is a French, and then there's like 10 other ones that we've gotten too. So now we have tea and coffee. So I'm very excited about that. So y'all will be seeing me post coffee, I'm sure, on my Instagram and stuff too, because I like to have my coffee in the morning while I'm talking to you guys and answering my messages and doing my good morning posts. Let's see. We also got in, this is a back in stock item. Elaine, I hope you're watching. This is for you. I don't know if you already have this, but we just got this Roto plush from Mezco back in stock. I love this guy. He's really cool. It's just like a little plush doll of him, and he has a knife as well. I've got one of these at home. So these are back in stock. We have these online and in store, and they are $100. Yep. $100. So there's that. Ghostface coffee. They do have Ghostface coffee. I'm not sure. I can't remember what all that we ordered, but we ordered a whole bunch of them though. And then we're going to try, we're not going to try, we're going to, the coffee. So the restaurant, as we all know, is not a coffee shop, but we do have coffee. But we're going to start brewing some of this coffee now, which obviously makes sense to do over there. Duh. But yeah, we've just been doing, regular Folgers or Maxwell coffee. But now we're going to start doing some Dead Sled coffee over at the restaurant. So if you are getting a cup of coffee at the restaurant, I'm sure it's going to be one of these blends now. So that's fun. That's good. Okay, let's talk about some announcements really quick. And I have a special announcement. I talked about it last week. I can now talk about it. And we're starting to make posts and everything about it as well. So as I said last week, in October, it's going to be the time to come to Nightmare Toys. We're going to have a ton of signing events in October. I'm very excited about everything we've got going on in October. The first week of October, that first weekend will be the Jamboree, Joe, Bob, and Darcy, their Jamboree. We have been invited to do some stuff with them. We don't have all details right yet, but they're wanting for us to do some signings with different guests that whole time that the Jamboree is going on. So we might have about 4 or 5 days in a row of signings while the jamboree is going on. So that's going to be tons of fun. We're hoping to have a little small vendor booth. I think on Saturday at the jamborees when they do vendor stuff. So we're hoping to have that as well. And anything else they want us to do. We will do whatever Joe, Bob, and Darcy want us to do. So that's exciting. I don't have full details for that quite yet. Brian's been talking back and forth with the proper channels for that. But October 21st, we will be having Serena Vincent. You know her from Cabin Fever. She is also the Yellow Power Ranger. She will be here from 12 to 4 on October 21st. So please come out and come support her. Come say hello, get an autograph, get a picture. Her prices are very reasonable. $40 for an autograph. I think it was like 40 for just a selfie. Or you can do $60 and get both. That's usually what I do. I usually just do the combo, so I have my photo and my autograph as well. But yeah, so $60 for that, and that's normal average prices for everybody for signings. And then, what are y'all saying? Hold on, let me read what y'all are saying. More Living Dead doll Ghostface versions. Yes, they are. I've seen those. I'm very excited about them. And there's one that's going to be glow in the dark. So excited. I really think, you know what? I think after Chucky merch, I really like to collect Ghostface merch. And Annabelle. There's some stuff from Spirit Halloween that I've gotten recently that I haven't even posted yet. Hey, Charles. How are you doing? Yep, there's gonna be other versions. They're gonna do a glow in the dark version. They're getting I don't know, there's like 3 or 4 different ones. It's gonna be really cool. Okay, so let's talk about the Halloween party. So I kind of mentioned last week that we had a phone call from Disney. And yes, we did. And I can now say who the guest is and what's going on. So we will be having our Halloween party on October 28th. I've never had a signing for our Halloween party, so I'm very excited for this because it's just going to be a huge event now. We'll be having Kat Cressida. She's a voice actor. She voices Constance Hatchaway from the Haunted Mansion ride. She is Constance Hatchaway from Haunted Mansion. That's like her big thing, and that would be like the more spooky horror themed thing that she has done. But yeah, she's real big with the Haunted Mansion. She has also done voices for Tower of Terror, that ride as well. She's done voices. Now, I've not seen these shows. I know, shame on me, but she has done voices for Dexter's Laboratory, Toy Story, tons of video games. Y'all can look her up on her IMDb, Kat, K-A-T, Cressida, C-R-E-S-S-I-D-A, and look at everything that she's done. She's done some horror video games as well. She's done some voices for that. And let's see what else. She's done a lot of stuff, a lot of like movies, cartoons, a lot of Disney stuff. But the Disney part of it with her is that she's kind of like the Disney aficionado. She's like the go-to person for, about Disney. She knows a lot about Disney. Her father was an Imagineer for Disney, which is really cool. She was born right when Disney died, so she never got to meet Walt himself, but she has grown up around Disney her entire life. Like I said, her dad was an Imagineer, and so she knows a lot of information, a lot of fun facts, and a lot of stuff about Disney itself. So what's going to happen for our Halloween party, besides having Jeremy the Balloon Guy, which can make tons of different balloons for this, We will be having a sale all day. We're going to be dressed up in costumes. I'm going to have goodie bags, snacks, drinks, Halloween music playing. And you never know what else will be up our sleeves by that time. And so what's going to happen, she will do a signing, or just, a regular signing. You can bring in stuff, or we're getting a bunch of stuff gathered of Haunted Mansion items, like Constance Hatchaway Funko Pops and things like that. And then she has some of her own merch that's really gorgeous as well for Haunted Mansion and Tower of Terror. But other stuff as well. The Toy Story and Dexter's Laboratory and all that other fun stuff that everybody likes as well. But yeah, you can bring in something, or she has stuff, or we'll have stuff to purchase. We're thinking that she's going to do the signing about 1 to 4 in the afternoon. I am telling my balloon guy to be there from about 12 to 5. So I would say 12 to 5, somewhere between there is going to be a good time to come. And then later that evening, once the store closes at 7 o'clock, we are going to be selling tickets. It's going to be very limited to a panel with Kat. So if you are a huge, huge Disney fan and you just want to know everything about Disney and you have tons of questions about Disney World and about everything Disney, she is the person to ask. You're going to want to be in this little panel, this little thing that we're going to be setting up. It's going to be maybe, I would say, 30 to 40 people tops. And that's it. We're going to set up a whole area in our back room in the store after we close. And we're going to be doing it from about 7 to 9. And if it goes over some because people asking questions, that's fine. But we're going to be doing that as well. So that'll be like a little special event. Again, you'll have to buy tickets for. I believe what we're going to do is end up putting the tickets on our website, and that's how you can purchase them for that special event. But we haven't worked all that out quite yet. I mean, it's not until October 28th, but that is what's happening for October 28th, though. So we're very excited for this. So if you are a huge Disney fan, Haunted Mansion fan, Dexter's Laboratory, what have you, you're going to want to come meet Kat, come get an autograph, come get a picture, and then you're going to want to do the panel later that night. And you have any questions, she will answer any questions. She's super nice, super sweet, and she loves to talk. She loves her fans, and she loves talking Disney. We've been talking with her all week and stuff, and everything is magical. Everything is magic, according to Kat. So let's make some magic on October 28th, and let's have a good time. And I can't wait for that to happen, and I hope a lot of y'all will be here for that. So that's going to be a fun day. And her prices and stuff are reasonable too. They're normal, regular prices for what everybody does for signings. But we'll have all of that put up here shortly. We're starting to post things now and everything too. So very excited about that. But yeah, Disney reached out to us and said, hey, I guess there's somebody on the inside that knew about us and suggested Nightmare Toys for her to be at. And she's never done anything here in Las Vegas. So that's cool. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. Really exciting. Can't wait for that. I'm super happy about it. Yes, you're going to want to be at the panel, Ryan. It's going to be so much fun. And we'll have some snacks and drinks for that too. So, the new season of Chucky complete or delayed now? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's see what I'm sorry. I'm just reading what everybody's saying. Oh, we should do a yearly horror convention in Huntsville. That would be cool. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. So there is a convention that comes to Huntsville, Alabama. It's not a horror convention, but it's the it's a Comic-Con type convention. And that was the very first convention that we did actually as Nightmare Toys. And I've been telling Philip that we need to make it back to that convention and do it again. I mean, we're always going back to Huntsville anyway because of family being there and other things being there that we have to go back for. So why not go back one time when that convention's in town and we set up a little booth and we say hi to everybody again? So I think we might do that next year. I think that'll be really fun. I know that year that we did it, our booth was massive. It was the hugest booth me and Philip had ever done, and it took us 10 hours to set it up. It was so crazy. So we're not going to do anything that big. But I think that might be an idea. I think that we should do that next year, though. Come back to Huntsville and do the Comic-Con there. I am going to go see Talk to Me. So yeah, I was going to talk about that really quick, actually. So I guess that's really all I have to talk about, though, as movies, products. Yeah. So I do want to say next week, I will not be doing live with Kristy, and we will not be doing a podcast next week. Me and Philip will be in Alabama. We are leaving Saturday. My daughter, Rachel, it is her birthday on Tuesday, the 15th. So I plan on being there with her for her birthday. And we won't be back until late, like Thursday night or so. So we're not going to be doing a podcast or live with Kristy next week. So we're just going to take one little week off. But I'm very excited to see my daughter for her birthday. She is going to be 25. Ah! I don't know how the hell that happened. I still feel 25. And now my daughter's 25. That's so weird. But she's wanting to go watch Talk to Me. So I think we might be doing that possibly on Tuesday for her birthday. So I can talk about that when I come back. I did write down, so the following week, though, I think we're going to talk about The Last Voyage of the Demeter. I think. I know we all want to go see that too, and we want to talk about that too. So that might be the next movie that we talk about for the podcast. We'll just have to see how things go and if we can get to the movies to go watch it and all that. But that's probably going to be our next movie. But like I said, we won't be doing anything next week, though. Oh, I'm glad you like the shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello. Well, thank you for coming on in. I will tell Rachel that you said happy birthday. Thank you. I really appreciate that, too. She loves y'all. All right. I think that is about it, guys. So I am going to go. I'm going to go watch some more horror movies, obviously. And I will see y'all in 2 weeks then. All right. Message me on the Instagram, on the Twitter, wherever you are following me at. You can follow me, my personal page, Nightmare Kristy, on Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans, Loyal Fans, and I have a Fansly account. Real quick, I know this has nothing to do with Nightmare Toys, but I do have a Fansly account. If you are on my OF and you've seen my post today, they're trying to delete me. And if you are on that, and if for any reason I do get deleted for whatever weird, crazy reason, I do have a Fansly account and I do have a Loyal Fans account too. So just wanted to put that out there really quick. All right. That's it on that. But you can follow Nightmare Toys on all social media, though we are everywhere. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube. We're on everything. So make sure you're following Nightmare Toys and everything too. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for being here. I love every single one of y'all, and I hope all y'all have a spooky day. Bye.